guide you through a very gentle yoga practice where we can just work into every aspect of the physical body, from the ankles to toes all the way towards the hands and the neck. So a nice simple practice just to enjoy. So let's start in a comfortable seat. So you might prefer to be cross-legged, you might want to sit on the knees or extend the legs forward. If you have a brick or a pillow, maybe you sit on the edge of that, and this will just allow the hips to tilt slightly further forward. So making sure the seat is very comfortable, let's just close the eyes and allow the crown of the head to extend up. So imagine we've just got this kind of string that's allowing the head to lengthen, allowing the spine to be lifting just slightly. And as we do that, the seat reaches down towards the ground, equal between the right side and the left side. And bring in the hands to a place that feels good for you, so perhaps towards the knees or into the lap. We just start to roll the shoulders down and back. So drawing the shoulders towards the ears and then rolling them down and back. And just doing this a few times, not worrying about how it looks, but just go for how it feels. And then reversing it, so squeezing it, going the opposite way. And it might feel a little bit unnatural, that's okay. You can work with this, a little bit of discomfort. One, inhale, exhale completely, let it all just soften here. Bring awareness to the space between the eyebrows and the jaw, and notice if you're holding tension here. So what we can do is just use the thumb and the first finger and just press the space just above the eyebrows. We can just lengthen that and just release it just a few times. And then actively allow the jaw to soften. So maybe gently separating the teeth, drawing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. And we'll just take a few moments in this meditation seat. And meditation can sometimes feel like the hardest thing to do in the world. So notice what's going on in the thoughts right now. And we're not trying to stop the thoughts, because they'll just keep coming back. But we can be aware of them and notice how one thought changes to the next, to the next, to the next. So watch your thoughts and observe them. And then, as you've watched your thoughts for a little while, try to reverse the thoughts. So perhaps you were thinking, I need to do this, I need to go for a walk, I need to go out, I need to go to this place. Try to reverse that. It can be quite difficult. And don't worry if you can't remember everything. I can't. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, let's take 1 deep breath. Exhale. And from here, just blinking the eyes open. So we're going to bring the left hand towards the left shoulder. So it's like you're trying to pull the left shoulder blade forward. The right hand towards the left ear. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to pull the left shoulder forward as you drop the head over towards the right hand side. And then maybe from here, release your right fingertips down towards the ground. And this might feel okay there. And then from here, releasing your left hand down towards the ground. Now, if this feels good for your body, very, very gentle, feels really good, okay? Or you can bring the right hand back to the right ear and just add a little bit of weight. Now, if this does feel too much, just release the right hand again. And you might want to tuck the chin towards the chest or drop the head back just slightly. Let's keep the eyes closed. And if that does feel too much to have the eyes closed, you're always welcome to just have a soft gaze towards the ground instead. One more breath. Exhale. Then from here, releasing the right hand if it was up, tuck the chin towards the chest. And then just bringing your left hand towards the third eye between the eyebrows and bring your head back towards the center. Let's work opposite sides. So left hand towards the right ear, right hand towards the right shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the head over towards the left hand side. Now again, just seeing if it's happy to keep the left hand where it is. We might want to release it just for a moment, then releasing the right hand. So we're not forcing anything here. And if you're like, well, actually I think I might need a little bit more, I'm going to wait through this side, you're welcome to do so as well by placing the left hand to the right ear towards the side of the head. And again, close the eyes. So awareness of how the body feels. Notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Let's take 3 deep breaths. And again, you might notice you put tension straight away into the jaw. I tend to do that a lot, so sometimes smiling, or fake smiling, is really helpful. Then releasing the hand down, tuck the chin towards the chest, take a moment here. And just allow the head to be heavy. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. And it's not about rounding the spine, but just having this heaviness over the back of the head so we can lengthen through the neck. Elbows are soft. 3 deep breaths for 1, 2. Exhale, 3. And from here, releasing the hands, start to do little rolls. So collarbone and the chin just connecting, swaying right side, left side. And from here, big circles through the entire neck if that feels okay for your body, but we can stay collarbone to collarbone if that feels better for you. And when you're ready, bringing your head through to the central line. Perfect. So we're going to just work mostly with the joints and just get the body moving in a really comfortable way. So let's come to a tabletop position. Spread the fingers wide. And then just try to have the shoulders, wrists, elbows one straight line. So as we do this, start to shift the weight back and forth. Nothing fancy, and just check in with how the hands are doing. Then from here, maybe we're swaying to the right side, left side. And just being really mindful of this is maybe something we don't do so often, and particularly quite early in the morning, the hands can feel quite kind of tired. So from here, turn the fingers back so the fingers are facing towards you. If they don't turn back completely, we can turn them slightly out towards the side instead as we sway right, left, or if it feels okay for that wrist rotation, fingers turn back, maybe pressing into the toes and just shift the weight forward and back. 3 deep breaths for 1, 2, 3. Walking the knees in, drop the hips towards the heels, just lifting the hands, give them a little shake, release any tension. Okay, nice, then from here, I'm going to press back into your hands, so working with the toes now. So press the toes down towards the ground. Now, if you find that your hips and your heels don't quite touch, that's okay. We're just going to start to press it back and then press into the hands so you can really stretch the toes, the arch of the foot, particularly the baby toe gets a little bit cheeky. If this feels okay, maybe on your fingertips, walk your hands in, or we can rest both hands onto the lap, so onto the knees, and close your eyes. So it's what we kind of call a toe stretch, and after a few seconds, we tend to feel it quite quickly. So if it does feel too much, you're just going to go back to that first variation. Take 3 more deep breaths. Shoulders are soft, jaw relaxed for 2. Exhale, 3. From here, bringing the hands forward, so coming back to that tabletop, lifting the toes, little wiggle, little rotations, little shake it all out. And from here, We're going to come into the hero pose, so coming onto the knees. And for some of us, sitting like this is going to feel lovely. And then for a couple of others, maybe, we just start to shift the weight back and the knees are going to hover off the ground. Maybe we're on the fingertips, dropping the head back. If we find the balance, we can bring the hands kind of cross at the chest instead, so we find that balance. If you want to take it further, leaning back just a little bit more. 3 deep breaths, really gentle movements just to get into the joints, and they seem very, very simple, but they're very, very effective. 2, exhale, 3. And from here, sliding yourself forward. We're going to press ourselves into a variation of downward facing dog. So spread the fingers, come onto the toes and press the heels down towards the ground. Now the first downward facing dog can always feel a little bit kind of juicy. So start the feet about hip distance apart. Draw the belly in just slightly and have a soft bend into the knees. So it's not about how straight we can go, how forceful it can be, but how it feels for our bodies. So the fingers are spread wide, there's a soft bend into the knees, the neck and head completely soft. And shaking out the neck completely, so no tension from here. And if this does feel good, we can start to drop the heels down, but if the hamstrings aren't ready for that, they're definitely going to tell you. Think tailbone extends up, so a lot of time we round through the back. Think of tailbone lengthening, the shoulders are soft. And from here, we're going to start to bring some movements in. So rolling forward into a high plank position. And from this high plank position, drop down to the knees, bend the elbows back, drop the chest, and then drop the chin. As you inhale, slide forward so you're on your stomach, chest open, press into the hands, lifting the chest. As you exhale, roll over the toes, push back down, facing dog. Let's do that again. Roll forward into the plank pose, bend the knees, bend the elbows back, drop the chest and then drop the chin. Slide yourself forward into that low cobra, so press open the chest. Exhale to roll over the toes, push back down facing dog. Last one, all good things come in 3. Roll forward, high plank. Drop the knees, bend the elbows back, drop the chest, drop the chin. Inhale, slide forward, low cobra. Exhale, press, shooting back, downward facing dog. And from this downward facing dog, extend the right leg up towards the sky, pointing the toes. Doesn't matter how high the leg goes, just want to get into the leg, bending into the knee, little rotations through the ankle. So we can go clockwise, anti-clockwise. And then extending that right leg down. Inhale, floating the left leg up towards the sky. Maybe bending into the knee, little rotations through the ankle. Go clockwise and anti-clockwise, doesn't have to be fancy. As you exhale, release the leg down towards the ground completely. And from here, drop down to the knees. Again, hips towards the heels, arms extend forward or arms down by the side of you. And from here, we can just rest the head on the mat, so the shoulders are soft. So noticing as we work into the joints, so the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the wrists, the elbows. So working into the entire spine, having this lovely lengthening as we stay in this child's pose just a few more seconds. Building strength in the body in our downward facing dogs for 2. Exhale, 3. Then from here, pressing into the hands, staying on the knees for a moment. You're going to slide your left knee to the right side. We're going to start to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle as we extend the legs out in front of you. Good, so legs nice and straight. Flex the toes. Inhale, extend the arms overhead, lengthen the spine. Growing tall as you exhale, hinging forward. So maybe you're coming onto your fingertips, chest open. What tends to happen is we round through the back. So think of chest forward, shoulders are soft. Now we can be here. Maybe you can catch your big toes today. We don't have to, it's okay. Personally, I prefer maybe palms down or palms up as they start to surrender and hinge forward. Not worrying so much about forcefully like erecting through the spine, but having this softness. Let's take 3 deep breaths and keep the legs really active, so you're pulling the toes towards you almost for 1, 2, exhale, 3. Lifting the head and chest. From here, draw the right leg in towards you and then step the right leg over the left leg. Right hand goes behind you. Inhale, float the left arm up. Left arm wraps around that right leg as you gaze over towards the back of the room. Gazing over the right shoulder, we can press into the fingertips Or we keep it steady. Close the eyes, keep the left leg flexed, keep pressing down through the right big toe for 2. Exhale, 3. And come back through to the center, looking forward. That right foot, draw the heel in towards the left thigh. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hinging forward. Maybe pressing into the palms, allow the head to be heavy, the shoulders are soft. Stretching through the lower spine. Again, don't worry how far we go. It doesn't mean we're bad at yoga if we're not all the way with our heads on the ground, but we want to just have this lovely opening. The act of practicing yoga is going to help us create space and help heal the body. Next breath, inhale, lift the head and chest, draw the right leg in towards you, extend the right leg forward. Left leg comes in, step the left leg over the right leg, press down through the left big toe. Left hand goes behind, inhale, right arm goes up, lengthening. As you exhale, twist, rotate, gaze over the shoulder. So keep it nice and steady. And again, I really like to encourage closing the eyes, but if that doesn't work for you today, then we have a steady gaze, maybe towards the ground. Just feel this lovely twist for the entire spine. Then bring yourself back through to the center, and from here you're bringing that left heel, that left foot in towards your right thigh. Take the inhale, grow tall, almost pivot the upper body over towards the right hand side as we hinge forward. Being aware of how the left lower back feels maybe very different to the right lower back. And our yoga practice can help bring attention to these parts of ourselves. Last 2 breaths. And from here, we're going to press into the hands, lift the head and chest, draw that left leg in towards you, extend it forward, then bend both legs at the same time, heels together, knees are going to fall out towards the side. Now, this is where we have a lovely this. We're going to do a forward fold and then we're going to recline. So when you're ready, I like to have a little bit of space here, so not drawing the heels too far in, but we have this lovely space. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, hinging, and again, not worrying about how far we go, but having this melting sensation, so the body can just surrender, soften into the ground. The head, the shoulders are soft. Pressing into the hands, peeling the body up. Draw the legs towards each other just for a moment as you sway the legs right, left, Any tension, let it go through the hips. And from here, again, heels to touch, knees fall out towards the side. We can use the hands to dropping onto the elbows and then finally releasing in to what I think is going to be my favorite yoga pose in the entire world. So let's just rest the hands towards the belly. If this feels too much, we can always place a pillow or some blankets underneath the lower back. And if you prefer, if you notice you're still holding tension in the arms, extend them nice and wide instead. You can have the legs here if you want, or using your hands, just guide the legs towards each other, separate the feet and then draw the knees towards each other instead. Allowing all of those poses to sink into the body, not forcing the body into the poses. If you have time, please stay here for a little while longer. When you're ready, we're going to roll to one side, so it could be the right side, could be the left side. Then pressing yourself to a comfortable seat. So we started in a seated pose, let's close the practice in a seat. And be aware how this one might feel very different to how you were seated earlier. Maybe the spine naturally wants to be taller. Maybe the shoulders naturally want to roll back. Maybe they don't, that's okay too. Sometimes my body doesn't want to do it. Let's bring the hands to the heart in prayer position. And take a moment just to thank yourself for practicing today, for being kind to your body. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste. Thank you very much.